Alrighty, Roo, and Cuckoo, we continue on with this thing. Haven't had to deal with the narrator for a while, so that's good. No idea how long this game lasts, how much I missed from the first part, which I get the feeling is a lot, and I think it took out a lot of what I would have enjoyed. Like, it's like, well, you missed the majority of the content from the first part. You just accepted the first ending you got, and the game wasn't designed for that. And as a result, you have deprived yourself of a lot of the charm and fun of it. So you're taking this negative perspective because you just didn't play the game. Like, you didn't properly play it. Because you're you and you did things the way you would at that exact moment, and there was more content, so you just kind of, because the game kept allowing you to move on, you did. If you had been playing the first version of the game without the extra content, you wouldn't have had that option, so you would have had to start over, so you would have had to keep moving through it. You didn't do that. You basically barely started, and maybe that's the case. I admit that. Again. But oh, wow, okay, so we're in the middle of the desert. And again, like, I can't jump, but there was a bunker in the middle of nowhere, so they're trying to do the whole, what, fucking, Portal? Or was it Portal 2 where you get outside? I can't remember. Either way, I feel like I need, a camel. I need to find out wherever the source of that dripping was. Take whatever I can of value here. Try to protect myself from the sun. I get the feel... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess I just need to walk a simple little radius away from the entrance, and then we're going to go with the end is never the end is never the end. They're like, oh no, you totally died. You went towards this direction, so you totally went in the wrong direction. We just assumed you kept going that way endlessly. Or maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? Oh! Okay. Let's look at the time again. Feels like we're kind of back to... Because I don't think that's what time it is in real life anymore. No. No, not really. Okay, well... Well, I'm back. Oh, am I actually on... Oh my god. Shh, don't ruin this for me. I'm sitting on a chair. Well, I think I'm sitting inside a chair. But this is the closest I've gotten to actual rest in this game. Yep, nope, that chair is... It's just... I can just... I mean, I don't have a body, so I guess I can just go through the chair. Well, the irony is I'm pressing my little button that lets me access stuff, and this is the only time I can't make clicky clacky noises is when I'm in front of a keyboard. My specific keyboard. I can do it there. Do it here, do it here. Listen, 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 listen. Stops right there. Cool, 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 cool. Still hate Mondays. Gotta hate Mondays. Alright, well...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Are we back
Stanley
to this?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
For
he had
real?
simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Turning off your fucking computer. Saving power here. I'm gonna golden boy it. I'm gonna fucking find the server room and be like, oh, this thing should be plugged in. There's no reason for that. And delete everything. Nobody knows the golden boy reference. But, again, only my nobodies be watching, so that's fine. Just, oh, that actually looked important. Oh well, I probably could have read it before I got rid of it, but...
Stanley went around touching every
Oh, I'm
little
gonna
thing
touch
in the office,
every
but it
little
didn't
thing.
make a single difference.
I just like
nor
touching
did it advance the
things.
story in any way.
Yes, of course. You're very... So your extra content, it really just didn't... I mean, I don't know if I should go through the extra... Oh, there's new content. New. Now that's the problem. I mean, you put out your, like, I'm pretty sure that, like, making these, like neon lights is like, it's no small feat. You gotta be pretty good handling glass to blow glass or make glass in such a manner. Then it requires a certain type of, I think it's argon. I think that originally they used like neon gas or something, but basically they stopped using that because it was more expensive. They burnt out faster, and then they went with argon. I could be wrong. Maybe it was argon to begin with, and they switched to neon. I don't know. I'm not fucking the person who makes these. I just know that the glass tends to be really thin and delicate, and you just like, and it's like broken, and it don't work. The question is, do I want to go to the new content? Because the first new content was so thrilling. Or do I want to go back through that thing and see if I could get a different outcome and see if... That's the question. Huh. I don't know. Do I want to keep my current opinion on how the game must be crappy because there wasn't much to do in it? Let me just follow his instructions all the way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
Yeah, I'll go ahead
and
and do
left.
that. I'll just listen to his things. Whatever, man.
Yet there was not a single person
Nope.
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might
you
find
never
an
know.
answer. Coming to a staircase,
up.
Stanley walked upstairs to
There we
his
go.
boss's
Just gonna
office.
follow your instructions to see what happens. Now
The
I'm here.
moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley
Oh,
froze
I'm
in
frozen.
his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural wrenching of life from a man without any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour.
Okay, yeah,
When at
no, I'm
last
not
he began
gonna...
to move about and
I'm not
survey
gonna
the
do that. I'm
situation,
not gonna sit
he
here
found
on
a
my knees
keypad
for...
behind the boss's desk.
I'm not gonna do that.
What could it mean?
Like,
Was
I
it
know
a
you
sign
told
of
me to do
hope
it,
for
but...
Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's
I mean, there's
past,
like 3
it had
bottles
been
of,
assigned
like...
a 4-digit code,
You know?
so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever.
I don't know what 2845 or what significance it would be. Like, I could try to think about it. Or maybe there's like a note
Stanley
somewhere.
just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Yeah.
Trying to input anything on the device was
I didn't
useless,
do anything.
since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Except for because you told me. I wonder if there's some way that I can find a better number than the one he's giving.
2845.
I know, dude. I'm trying to... Give me some time to look around. Maybe there's something better. Wait. Shit, what's that say? Leaning in, 2003. Okay, so it's
But it
vintage.
turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked
Well,
in. And
it
the
just
door
happens on its
opened
own.
all by itself.
And I didn't even
Stanley
push
got
any
the hell
buttons.
along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Okay, so it's going to be hard to do in the dark. 2 5. Nope. Nope, that didn't work. 2 8 4 Boop, boop, boop. Anything new happen? No? No? Nothing new? Doesn't seem like it. Just allows me to go back where I came from and say, like, fuck all this. But no, doesn't look like it. Don't see anything new that's happened. I can't, like, hop into this man's chair and do, like, some sort of weird Batman thing. It's just... Maybe if I do it the second time, it has a different effect. I don't fucking know. I didn't listen to him that time. I could have listened to him and done the thing. I was looking around. I'm sorry. I'm curious. So I guess I've already failed my plan of trying to follow his instructions exactly. I don't even know why I'm doing this again. What the fuck does it matter? I didn't like it the first time. Like, what am I doing? What does it matter? I could have gone to the new content. Instead, I'm just randomly not doing that. Yeah, sparky.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Sure, why not? Here we are. I guess I'm gonna push this button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Are they gonna
Stanley thought
open
to
and turn
himself.
on, or
Did
what?
he have the strength to find out?
Nah, probably not. Everything's all just kind of as it is, and I can't do much about it, so I guess I turn on the things
Now the
and...
monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each
Bum,
bore
bum,
the number
bum.
of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Except for there's no
And
one
Stanley,
there.
one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Like, I'm trying to give you a chance, game, by going back. By going back to the roots and trying to see, like, hey, does this mean I
This
can...
mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe
Oh,
it
well, that
couldn't
work.
be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
I mean,
was this the only
you
reason
obviously
he was
do
happy
whatever
with his
you damn well
boring job?
please.
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I kind of have to do what you say or don't. It didn't work out so great when I didn't.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
Except for
His
I'm doing
own
exactly
life
what you
in
tell me.
someone else's control?
Never!
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Are we done? Are you
It
done
was
talking all
proof,
that blah,
the
blah,
heart
blah?
of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
There's
And as the cold reality
colors.
of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. So are there going to be buttons with numbers again, or how's that going to work? So there's the 1, there's the 2. I believe 3 was over in this general direction. And then, fuck, I forgot where 4 was. I think 4 was like up there, and I can't get to it, which sucks. But then there's 5 here. Yep, nope. Because I'm pretty sure that's what, 2 or 3 or something. Yeah, that's 3. And 4 is... I think it's over there. I don't think I can get to it. That's 5. 4 is out of reach. So I guess I'll just have to continue on. Mind control is idle, awaiting input. Now this time I'm going to
And when
not
at
do
last he
the
found
thing.
the source of the room's power,
See how easy it
he
would
knew
be?
it was his duty, his obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I mean, that's what he tells me to do, so let's see what happens. And then my brain just shuts down. Rocks fall, everybody dies. It's a total party kill. My narrator has become the devastator. You know.
Blackness and a rising chill of
well, this is new.
uncertainty. Was it over?
I mean,
Yes. He had won.
no,
He
I
had
won when I
defeated
blew
the
us all
machine,
up.
unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Nah, I don't think that's what
Freedom
happened.
was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from
It's
the
not
machine?
like I was particularly
What other
attached to
mysteries
them.
did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the
Was there
chamber,
literally,
he
like, if I
realized
said
none of
no,
this mattered to him. For
I
it
had the
was not
chance to
knowledge or
continue
even
on
power that he had been seeking
and fix
for
that, and I
happiness.
failed it
Perhaps
deliberately.
his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Yeah, let it go. Fuck
No
it.
longer would anyone
Fuck
tell
'em.
him where to go, what to do, or how
Let
to
it
feel.
go. Let it
Whatever life
go.
he lives,
If I
it
say
will
any
be
more,
his.
Disney will sue.
That was all
Oh.
he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing.
This is
worth
actually kind of
knowing.
nice looking, so
Stanley stepped
fuck all that.
through the open door.
It's taking its damn sweet time.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
And then
The
immediately I
feeling of
get knocked
liberation,
out, put into a
the
cart,
immense
and they're like,
possibility
"Oh,
of the
good,
new
you're finally
path
awake."
before him.
And then I actually
This
get to
was
play a
exactly
good
the
game,
way,
like
right
Skyrim.
now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
So this is the other quick ending, apparently. So they're like, "Oh yeah, you totally could have obeyed him and gotten another." This is where I get the trophy, beat the game. This is it. By following his instructions to the T, pretty much. I think I fucked up by not putting in the numbers. Or at least not when he told me to. Wasn't that thrilling? Now that means that, okay, from a deep sigh, from a game maker, and I'm not a game maker, but I kind of understand how games play and work and stuff, as a gamer standpoint. It's that basically you have two options, and one is to follow him and do what he says, or not, but then eventually do what he says, and, you know, be a moral person and be like, let's turn this shit off so that people are free. It's like, oh, but there's so much you could have done if you'd not done that. And I was just like, meh.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah, I don't really care.
What could it mean? Stanley decided
That
to
still
go to the
leaves me
meeting.
at literally the
Perhaps
same
something was
impasse. Like, it had those two diverging points, and because the time that I was like, oh no, I'm happy to blow up everything because I just don't like you. I've already learned to dislike you so much that I'm happy with this. I almost feel like it's like I have to not. Like, it's poetic for me to be like, I tried to see if there was more content. And I'm still confident that I'm like, oh, well, now that I've tried doing that thing, what I was supposed to do is exactly what I did, only I was supposed to actually solve the little puzzle so that there would be more to do. Instead, I failed the puzzle kind of deliberately, pretty much, just kind of pushing buttons and being like, meh. And then we died, and then that happened, and then I got the other thing, but I think there was supposed to be way more after that, because I'm not supposed to do that. It's like one of those things, like, go through the game, don't question anything, just follow instructions. You'd still be here. They would tell you, try the game again, continue on, do things a little differently. Permutations, etc. Instead, I did the permutations, and then was happy to be like, no, I'm okay with not solving this problem, because boom, and then that's an end of the game, and that gets you to the new content. But now I have new content, so I'm gonna end this and just be like, I'm not going to go do that other thing. But that still leaves me in the same quandary where it's like, my assumption is still, at this moment, there's no logical reason why this game would have become popular or have had any real value or been sold at any price above like $10, you know, or 15 maybe. Originally, when it came out in, you know, 2013 or whatever. And or 2012 or whatever. And if it had just ended like that's it, like, it does make sense that there's a whole nother branching outcomes, and I messed around with a lot of the branching outcomes that come before that, and they mostly don't lead anywhere because they're not, at least not yet, and that's the way it works. And then I, at that moment, was just like, I just don't like this guy, so I'm okay with us blowing up. And then it sort of led to the new content, and I just sort of skipped past it. Then I went back and then followed his thing, and it basically led to the same outcome, only this one led to being outside and escaping, as opposed to blowing everything up and killing us both. Which, to me, I couldn't say which one is better, because at the time, I really did prefer, like, I just did not like it. But I'm going to deal with the new content and leave that, knowing that there is, like, the reason I came back was to do the old content. And then I got to the same outcome, effectively, at almost the same amount of time. Well, actually a little faster. But I know that he's telling me I got to go back and do the thing to sort of see what more, and maybe I just don't care, or maybe, I don't know. I just feel like there's a flaw in the game that I'm sort of pointing out. And maybe it's a flaw in me. I don't really care. But I'm going to go do the new content now, because I'm going to, like, switch back. Hopefully I won't have to go through the whole chamber of memories and all that bullshit. That was, like, I took the time through it, and I just, God. Okay. Well, let's see where it goes. But I'm going to pause and come back.